Hey everyone, hi, how are you? My name is Cheryl Horvath and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Woodinville, Washington. Here today to show you a brand new stamp set from the new fall catalog. Um, if you're new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you're a returning visitor, thanks for coming back. Happy to have you here again. Today we're going to talk about the Ringed with Nature. You don't need to see that. Ringed with Nature bundle, which is on page 62 of your fall catalog. Guys, I love this set. Well, I'm a nature nut too, but this, for the value for what you get when you buy this bundle for $53, you're going to get the embossing folder with the hybrid die cut that goes inside the embossing folder, so it cuts and embosses at the same time, and you get this amazing stamp set and coordinating dies. And here's the deal. Right now, during celebration, if you spend the $53 on the bundle, you qualify to get the paper for free. And this is the coordinating designer series paper that is only available during celebration. So when it's gone, it's gone. You can't get any more of it. And I love this paper because it pretty much covers all seasons. You've got poinsettias for Christmas. You've got some birds. You've got some fall leaves. You've got general prints that could be great for any season. It's my favorite paper right now. I absolutely love it. So we're going to make a card today using this set. Let me show you the stamp set in person. So here's the all the dies that come with it, and there's doubles of the branches, so that if you're going to embellish with some branches and stuff, you've got two each of these, and they're not identical, they're kind of opposite, so one goes that way and one goes that way and one goes that way. So, and there's two sets of those. This is a little bit more of a delicate branch that we're going to use on our card today. So you get the dies, the stamps, the embossing folder, and then this thing fits in here just like, and get it lined up properly, just like that. So the cutting edge is this way. So you would lay your paper on top of this and it would cut and emboss at the same time and give you these 5 really great wood slices. So we're going to go over that today. $53 for this bundle. Spend that and get the Rings of Love paper absolutely for free. So it's a great deal. Also, by the way, those of you who are wondering, these are 12 by 12, what do I call them? 12 by 12 album sleeves. They're awesome. I got them on Amazon. I will try to remember to link them below. But you can fit a full pack of 12 by 12 designer series paper in one sleeve. You can't fit really more than one package. It's a little tight, but they're great. And I just put my current open pack in here, and then I slide in my cheat sheet that I do right in the front, and then I keep them in a standing rolly thing, a rolly organizer that sits on my floor. But these are awesome. Somebody else was asking me about these, so that's that. Okay. So celebration right now to the end of August. Don't miss out. There's some things that are selling out already. So I know that the soft seafoam and pool party card bases and envelopes are already gone. And there's, what I'm guessing is going to go next is going to be the tree lot dies, because those have been super popular too. So anyway, enough about that. Let's get to the card that we're going to make today. And it's going to be a version of this. Isn't it cute? I just love this. Squirrel came from last year's version of Nuts About Squirrels stamp set, which I thought I had out. What did I, oh, here it is. I did have it out. So this is a carryover from, I think, the fall catalog, the mini fall catalog from last year. And this is a well-loved set too. It doesn't come with coordinating dies, so we are going to fussy cut him out. But this is available in the new annual catalog right now if you still want to grab it. It's a great set. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to do a version of this. We're going to change up some of the paper. And what I really want to show you is how I did the wood slices. Because it's a little intimidating when I first looked at these dies. I was like, well, what does this cut? You know, you've got this cuts out all your wood slices. And then it dawned on me that these cut the insides so that you can have two-tone wood slices. So you have the inside part of the wood that's blonde, kind of blondish, and then you've got your outer ring, which is the bark. So that's how that works. We're going to do that right now. Okay, so we're going to do it twice. So we need to do a piece of white for the inner circle, and then we're going to need to do the crumb cake for the outer rings. So just line this up in your, it kind of clicks. It will pop out of place, but you know when you've got it in place. So put that in place like that. I cut this piece of paper to be 6 inches by 4.5, because if you use a standard card base size 4 1/4 by 5.5, it cuts off some of the rings. And so if you go with a 6 by 4.5, you're going to get everything in one fell swoop. So just lay that on there like that. And then you can see everything's all lined up. You're going to want to put this in your embossing machine with the, guy's a little heavy. I might be zoomed in too far. Let's try that. Excuse me. You want to go seam side first, and it's a 3D folder, so let me get this plate off. And the 3D sandwich that you use is basically just your plain old base, your single #1 base. You want to put in your embossing folder, seam side facing forward, and then plate number 4. That's for 3D embossing. Make sure that's all lined up. Yep, it is. Looks good. So let's just crank this baby through. Sorry for the jiggle. And magically, you have embossed wood slices that are already cut. Isn't that cool? Okay, so pop those out because we're going to do something more with those too. Now we're going to do the insides. And same thing. We're going to set this in here like that. You want cut side up. Yep, just like that. It almost kind of clicked. I don't know if you heard that or not. And then set your paper in. Close the door. And it goes through like butter. Super smooth. It doesn't take a lot of elbow grease at all to get those through. So, oh, well, no, we're not done with this yet. So there's that. Then we're going to pop out these wood slices. And we're done with the embossing folder now. So we can put that away. And I just store this right inside the folder so that it's handy when I have it. Now we're going to get, this is the magnetic cutting plate that is no longer offered because it was defective. And mine wasn't defective for the longest time, but it finally split on me and all of these edges warped and it became unusable. But I don't know if you can see here. My husband makes golf clubs or fixes golf clubs, and he uses this really strong epoxy to do that. And so he grabbed some of that and he just squeezed it into all the open spots, and then we clamped it together and let it rest overnight. And so everything's all clamped down tight again, and it works great. So if you're one of the lucky ones that was able to get the magnetic cutting plate before it got discontinued, there's a fix for it that you could do. So now what we're going to do is cut out the inner circles, and that's where we need the dies. And these do have a specific way they get lined up, and you can tell by where the notches are that so for example, this one, there's a notch there and a notch there, but it doesn't look like it's lined up right, so I probably have it in backwards. So you just flip it around, and now the notches are lined up just like so. Okay, and then this one looks like it's going to go like that. Yep. And I do, even though I'm not going to use all of these wood slices, I do them all at once so that if you do, you have extras to use on other projects. You might, I mean, if you're going to go through the fuss of doing all this, you might as well do it kind of in a batch. Okay. So with this specific plate, I do have the magnetic plate on, so I don't need the other little skinny shim. So we just need the top 3 plate. And I'm just going to run this through. Cut out all the insides of these wood slices. Ooh, that came out. And I'm just going to dump all this stuff out. Let's put this I think we're done with for a moment. Okay, so now I have all of these parts and pieces here. I'm going to throw these away. Don't need those. You could save them if you wanted to color them brown. They could be outer rings. But I'm not going to do that. So put these away. And now I'm going to show you what we're going to do to kind of bring these wood slices to life a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a blending brush and my soft suede, or was it, I'm pretty sure it was soft suede ink. And then we're just going to add some color just to the outside rim, because the inside's going to get covered up. Like so. So you're just giving it a little bit of enhanced texture. If you have a sponge dauber, that would probably work as well. But, so there's one, and now the slice that goes with it is this guy right here. So now, see how stark white that is? We're going to take crumb cake, and we're going to add crumb cake to the wood slice. And give that some color. And I like to go a little darker around the edge. So I'm just going to do that little flicking motion, like so. There's not a exact science to it. You don't have to be totally perfect. Like, I probably went a little darker than I should have on this wood slice, but some of this is going to get covered up anyway, so I still think it looks pretty authentic. Like so. I'm going to do another one a little bit lighter. Gosh, my hair is tickling my nose. We're going to fix that right now. Okay, so a little lighter hand on the crumb cake this time. And then just gently darken it up. A blending dauber, sponge dauber works good for this outer edge application. Okay, so that's quite a bit lighter. You can go as light or as dark as you want. I think this one is I did go too dark on that one, but that's going to fit right in there like that. I'm not going to do all of these because I prepared a bunch in advance, but just to show you the contrast. Like so. Like that. Pretty. I like it. So there's those two. So that's how I do my wood slices for this particular project. And we're done with that, so I'm going to put that away. And I'm going to set these aside. I will finish those some other time, but I did a bunch. These I did in soft suede instead of crumb cake, so they're a little bit darker. The light's kind of weird. Okay, so there's that. Now let's get ourselves together here. The other thing that we're going to need to die cut before we start on the squirrel is these little sprigs, tree branch sprigs, and I did prepare those in advance, so I didn't feel like you needed to watch me do that. So I cut to each of the evening evergreen and soft succulent, because I thought those colors looked nice with the paper we're going to use. And speaking of that, so the paper we're going to use is going to be this one, and this is crushed curry with white. And if you guys don't have these deckled rectangular dies, they're awesome, and they're great for layering. You could make little frames out of them. They're in the annual catalog right now, so these are an awesome purchase. So I pre-cut those. That's going to lay on top of here like this, and then this is going to go onto a white card base right here, like so, like that. So there's that, and we've got those pieces. So what we need to do next is the squirrel and the heart and the sentiment. Okay, so the squirrel is a little bit more involved because we do have to fussy cut him. And I'm going to use this guy that's holding the acorn. And so to do that, we're going to need this one and this one. And then we need the acorn and the cap. And that's it. And then we need a piece of paper to stamp on. And I'm going to use my Stamp and Pierce mat because it's photopolymer. So the squirrel stamps best if you do the outline first. So I'm going to do the outline in Memento. And I always look through it to make sure I got good coverage. So I'm going to do it again because why make one when you can make two or three? I got room for one more. Yep. The two-step stamping on this squirrel is a little tricky. That's why I'm doing more than one, just in case I goof. You've got another one sitting right there that you can ink up again. So, and I'm going to use the Sahara Sand color for the body. Put him up on another block. This is the D block. This is probably my most used size, I should say. So ink him up good. See how I'm looking? I'm actually looking at it through to make sure I've got good ink coverage. And this one, you're going to want to make sure you are like right over top of it, because what you want to do is look to have the feet lined up and the ears. That to me was the easiest way to make sure I was going to get the best positioning for this two-step stamping. So if my head is coming over top, I'm sorry, I apologize. So right now I'm lining up where the ears go. I'm looking right through the clear stamp and hold your breath. Look at that. Almost perfect. We'll do another one because the hold your breath part is key. Okay, so I'm hovering over, I'm lining up the two little feet, then I'm doing the ears, and then I'm just checking the tail. It looks good. Not bad. Not bad. Might as well do this one while we're at it, right? You just don't want to rush this step because it's so cute and so satisfying when you get it. Look at that, 3. You'd think I did this for a living or something, right? Okay, so that's Sahara Sand. Now we're going to grab the soft suede and do the cap to the acorn. And I'd do that full strength. Just do a little test. So again, this is easier because it's a much smaller area. You're just going to want to hover and hold your breath and line it up. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to leave him on there so I don't lose him. Then the acorn is going to, the nut of the acorn, there's a little point on it. You just want to make sure you line that up with the point of the acorn. So, and I'm going to 2nd gen stamp that so that it's that color. Stamp off. Okay, not bad. That one, I don't have it. I have it on my stamp weird, so I'm having to hold it kind of at a weird angle. But I'm going to show you a trick. If you do goof and you don't get a full image stamped, you can come back in if you have the blends. You can come back in with your blends. Soft suede, light. Oh, you know what? This might not work because it's 2nd gen stamping, but you could always fill in a little bit and do a little extra shading if you wanted to. Like that. Cute, huh? Okay. So we're done stamping. Now we do have to fussy cut this. Apologies. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't say it's one of those super easy ones. Because you do have some little tail fluffy things to cut around. All I'll say is that, you just want to use your dominant hand, which is your scissors hand, and then use your other hand to turn the paper like I'm doing. And then feel free to cut off excess because sometimes that gets annoyingly in your way when you're trying to be precise. But you don't have to cut all the way down and around this tail. I'm going to come back and cut inside the ears in just a sec. So I'm going to cut that off because that was kind of hindering my turning movement. So look at this, we're almost done. But it didn't even take a minute. So you could be done with that, just like that. I'm going to actually come back in and cut out in between his ears. And then because I'm anal this way, I'm going to come back in and cut this out. But if you didn't want to mess with that, you certainly wouldn't have to, and it would still be very cute. Okay. So there's our squirrel. Now we just need to assemble. Stop and have a sip of coffee. My gosh, you guys, I'm looking at my face. I was not in an accident and I was not beat up by anybody. But if you can see, I have a nice big spot here and looks like just remnants of a black eye. I was at the dermatologist for my regular screening, and the last time I was there, I had discovered a basal cell carcinoma. So I go frequently now, every 6 months, and they zapped a few more spots on my face, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, I guess it's a good thing because it caught it before it was actual cancer. So, so there's that. So, public service announcement: wear your sunscreen, and I never did. And I'm an Arizona girl. I didn't grow up in Arizona, but I have a place there, and I love the sun, and I'm a golfer, so it's really important to make sure you're wearing that sunscreen. Okay, enough of that. Let's move that aside. Now we're going to start to assemble. Well, we do need to do the sentiment still. I'm going to just score this real fast. The scoring blade is the light tan, gray, whatever color that is, taupe. This is the cutting blade, so always make sure you're using the right one. You're going to fold the valley and the mountain. Who was it that refers to it that way? I think it's Paper Pixie. So you always want to fold the mountain in, and the valley is the outside. I know it seems like it should be the other way, but trust me, it's the best way. And I'm going to give that a good crease. Okay. I'm a glue girl, so I'm going to do this. This is a cute little glue holder my brother made for me with his 3D printer, and it's designed specifically for the Tombow green glue, and it just holds your glue like that, which I love. Okay, so I didn't pop anything up on this card until we get to the wood slices. So we're just going to glue this down. And this looks like it is directional, so make sure you've got your acorns going in the right way. Like that. And then this is crushed curry with the deckled rectangles, using the dies from the deckled rectangle set. We're just going to center that like so. Add this white piece and center that like so. And then we're going to get to our wood slices. So those, I did these. Now I'm using the ones that I use, the soft suede. And so I'm just going to kind of what we call dry fit these in place real fast. And then down here is going to go, so in this one I used Thinking of You, but I changed my mind for this card. I wanted to do something a little different, and I think we're going to do Get Well Soon with a stamped off heart like that. And then where did my, oh, up here. And then we're going to slide a couple of these guys in here. So this is what I do. I dry fit everything before I start gluing it down, just to make sure I like it. I'm kind of thinking, I wonder if that's too busy with, maybe we don't need so much green. Maybe one sprig on each one. I think I like that better. Oh, maybe we'll put in a dark, one dark. Yeah, okay. So let's go with that. So now that we know where everything's gonna go, some people take a picture of it with your camera. I'm just gonna wing it. So I'm gonna put these on dimensionals. And that's gonna go there. Put some dimensionals here, here. So I think it's gonna go like so. Nope, I got that up too high. There we go, like that. And this just overlaps the top one a little bit. Then we can tuck him in like so. We're just going to glue him down. Then I should have done these with adhesive sheets, but for some reason I have them and I never remember to use them. And I'm only putting glue on the base because I kind of like how the branches fluff up a little bit. So then I'm going to tuck this other one just right in there. Okay, and then I think, yeah, we'll just do one of the dark. Should be using my tweezers. Like so. And then I did pre-stamp this heart. It's the 2nd gen stamp, so it's a little bit lighter than the dark. It's Poppy Parade color, and I stamped it before the video, but you can see the difference in how dark this is, and I liked the kind of the muted shade, so I did it twice. And then the Get Well Soon is one of the sentiments from the kit. So make sure, yeah. So I did Get Well Soon. You could do Just For You like I did. But I actually have somebody that I wanted to send this to, so that's why I decided. So I'm going to put a dimensional on this, a small dimensional on this only right side of the strip. And that's going to get some glue on the left side like this. And that's going to go down like that. Uh-oh, did I lose my heart? It never fails. Oh, it's on the floor. And that's going to go, I wonder if I should pop that up with a dimensional or not. No, I think I'm going to leave it. Like that. I'll just glue it straight down. Like so. Should we put any bling on it? I went through my stash of bling. Actually, these are champagne rhinestone basic jewels. They're really pretty, you guys, really pretty. They just have a lovely, like a golden amber. So we'll do a little and a medium, and then a big down here, and that just gives it a little extra pop. Then you must finish the inside. That's a requirement in this house. No inside card goes unfinished. So I keep a bunch of 4 1/4 by 5.5 panels pre-cut, ready. I just grab them, and then I'm going to trim this down by 1/4 inch on 2 sides so that it has a little bit of a border. And then we're going to stamp first, but then glue that in there. And quite possibly one of my most favorite stamps in this is the mushrooms. I love them. And then we're going to use this guy, and then the stems. And this is going to come together super cute. So let's see, what color mushroom should we do this time? How about soft, or maybe let's do the evening evergreen stamped off. Ooh. And then we'll do crumb cake for the stem. Oh no, I was going to do the leaves in evening evergreen. So let's change that. Let's do Poppy Parade. So we're going to do the stems first. Slide this paper over here so I have something to stamp on. So I like to do the stems first because I'm going to stamp off the page a little bit. And those are going to go in crumb cake. I almost dunked my finger. And ink. Okay. Crumb cake full strength. Just going to come off the page just a smidge. like that. Then we need the mushroom caps. And those are going to be in, I got to get my stamp platform down here. Those are going to be in the Poppy Parade stamped off once. So stamp it off once. And then these are real easy to line up. Cute! Oh my gosh, I love these little mushroom stamps. Then we're going to come in with a little greenery. Stamp this off again too. And like so. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh. I can't stand it. It's so cute. I'm going to put this away because I'm getting ink all over me already. When I remodeled my office here, I got these, I spent the money on the ink holders from Stamp and Storage, and that was an investment that I would do again and again. They're so awesome to have right next to you. Okay, make sure I have no ink on me. I wear black because I just do this. I'm the one that has to do the laundry in this house anyway, so we're just going to glue this down to the inside, like so. And this card is finished. What do you guys think? Pretty cute. This was the first one I did. And then I can show you two more. Here's one. Congratulations on your new home. It doesn't say new home, but I'm assuming that's kind of implied. And then there I did the blue mushrooms on the inside. And then just for you, using two of the smaller wood slices. And then for the greenery, I stamped these out in white, and then I used my blends and I colored them. So there's that. And I didn't stamp anything yet on the inside. So yeah, that's one, two. Those are 3 cards that I did. And then of course I have coordinating envelopes to go with each one. Like so. So these are my inspiration cards for you. I hope you have had fun with me in this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. Maybe I gave you a tip that was new to you. And yeah, see how big it is? That's going to go away soon, I hope. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you think about this stamp set. Again, $53. If you buy the bundle, you get all 3 of those pieces, the embossing folder, the dies, the stamps, and then you qualify, because you spent $50, you qualify for the free 12 by 12 paper, which is, like I said, one of my favorites right now. So that goes until the end of August. If you guys need a catalog, let me know. If you need a celebration, I can send it to you electronically, or I can send you a hard copy for free. Just let me know. Drop me an email. Cheryl@cardsbycheryl.com. Always love it when you subscribe to my channel. So hit that like button and hit the subscribe button so that you can see more videos from me. Okay, that's it. I'm going to move on to my next video. I'm going to do paper pumpkin. So stay tuned. Bye, guys.